Immerse yourself in the secrets of oil discovery, the rise and fall of its drillers seeking their liquid legacies, and the birth of an industry that transformed the course of history. How did Lambton County's liquid gold redefine our modern world? The answers lie in the echoes of the derricks and the black gold that flowed through its marshlands. Join us as we uncover the riveting tales of the daring oil drillers who risked it all in pursuit of the elusive black gold. Canada has a rich history of boom towns, particularly during periods of economic development such as the fur trade, gold rushes, oil and gas, and the expansion of the railway. Some of Canada's earliest and historic boom towns include Quebec City, Quebec, 1608. One of the oldest European settlements in North America, Quebec City was founded by Samuel de Champlain in 1608. It played a crucial role in the fur trade and served as a hub for French exploration and colonization. Montreal, Quebec, 1642. Established by Paul Chomedy de Maisonneuve in 1642, Montreal grew as a key center for the fur trade and later became a significant industrial and commercial hub. Winnipeg, Manitoba, 1738. Originally a fur trading post, Winnipeg's strategic location at the confluence of the Red and Assiniboine rivers contributed to its growth as a transportation and trade hub. Toronto, Ontario, 1793. Initially known as York, Toronto was established by John Graves Simcoe in 1793. It grew in importance during the 19th century as a key financial and industrial center. Edmonton, Alberta, 1795. Founded as a fur trading post by the Hudson's Bay Company, Edmonton became a key center for the fur trade and later developed into a major urban center. Fort Vancouver, British Columbia, 1825. Originally a fur trading post of the Hudson's Bay Company, Fort Vancouver, located in what is now Vancouver, British Columbia, was a pivotal center for the fur trade in the Pacific Northwest. Victoria, British Columbia, 1843. Founded as a Hudson's Bay Company trading post, Victoria became a significant boom town during the Fraser Canyon Gold Rush of 1858. Barkerville, British Columbia, 1862. This town emerged during the Caribou Gold Rush and quickly became the largest town north of San Francisco and west of Chicago. It was a major center for gold mining. Calgary, Alberta, 1875. Initially established as a Northwest Mounted Police fort, Calgary experienced significant growth with the arrival of the Canadian Pacific Railway and the cattle industry. Dawson City, Yukon, 1896. Established during the Klondike Gold Rush, Dawson City became a bustling town with prospectors seeking fortune in the Yukon goldfields. These towns played pivotal roles in shaping Canada's economic and social landscape, with each boom town reflecting the specific economic activities and industries that drove their growth. In these video series we will be focusing on the addition that Petrolia, Ontario, has made to not only Canada's history, but also how it has helped to redefine the world we live in. Petrolia is notable for its association with the early oil industry in Canada. While it may not be as well known as some of the gold rush towns, Petrolia played a crucial role during the late 19th century in the development of the oil industry in North America. The town's boom period occurred during the 1860s and 1870s. Oil was discovered in 1858. The first significant oil discovery in North America occurred in the Petrolia area in 1858. It was originally drilled by James Miller Williams as a water well for his farm that he was beginning to develop. After drilling into oil and not water, in turn, James drilled the first commercial oil well in North America near Oil Springs, a community close to Petrolia. Later he would also develop his own oil refinery, making James a very wealthy man. This began the oil boom. The discovery of oil in the region led to a boom in the oil industry during the 1860s, and Petrolia quickly became a center for oil production and the world's richest small town. The town experienced rapid growth as people flocked to the area in search of opportunities in the burgeoning oil sector. This led to the first commercial oil well in Canada and the world. It was called the Williams No. 1 well, drilled in 1858. This marked the beginning of the Canadian oil industry. The historic oil fields in the Oil Springs area, including Petrolia, is home to historic oil fields that played a foundational role in the early development of the Canadian oil industry. While Petrolia's boom period was centered around the 1860s and 1870s, it continued to be associated with the oil industry into the 20th century. The discovery of oil in this region had a lasting impact on Canada's energy landscape and contributed to the development of the country's petroleum industry. to a point where our entire modern world functions off of its use of oil, gas, bitumen, and petroleum. From our plastic cups, to our clothing, to the shipping of our daily goods in transport trucks and rail cars, all surround themselves with the discovery of oil in southwestern Ontario, Canada. When James Williams first discovered oil in 1858, petroleum had been used for waterproofing, construction, and lighting purposes spanning back to ancient civilizations. Petroleum and its semi-solid cousin, bitumen, asphalt, could be found in Italy, China, Egypt, Cuba, and the Dead Sea and date between 4000 to 312 BCE. As we dive further into our series, we will see how Petrolia's oil drillers were able to refine this oil in such a manner that paved the way for the expansion into its use in vehicles, plastics, and clothing. The integration of petroleum-derived products into various industries marked a profound shift in the global economy and daily life. From providing fuel for transportation to serving as the foundation for the plastics and textile industries, the impact of refined oil products on technology, manufacturing, and consumer goods has been immense. While Petrolia's early role was more focused on oil extraction and refining, the broader implications of these activities influenced industries far beyond the local region. The story of Petrolia is a part of the larger narrative of how the oil industry transformed societies and economies, shaping the modern world.